Moore, SEMO, Chief Gillette, Chief Krieger, family and friends, squadron commanders, fellow chiefs, first sergeants, and my fellow airmen from the 87th Comm Squadron, thank you for attending today. And if there's any sympathy criers in the house, please help yourself. I totally understand. I'm going to try to keep it together. I'd like to start by thanking Major Blackwell. Ma'am, thank you. This is really kind of all you're doing. I would just as soon be at the bar, and we'll talk about it later. But she said at that point, you know, Chief, it's not about you, it's about this, and it is. It's about the airmen of the Comm Squadron, and understanding that, you know, in my 26 years in the Air Force, I've only seen one Chief Master Sergeant promotion. That was my brother's when I emceed it. So I guess at that point, I really didn't realize how, I guess, rare and special this is. So, and to Master Sergeant Babfield, Master Sergeant Select Littlefield, and Master Sergeant Dan Babcock, thank you very much for all of this, and all the volunteers. This is, I realize how really old I really am. But I've been in the Air Force for a little bit. So, First Sergeant Gaskin, pull up. Thank you for bringing the Pemberton Township Junior ROTC Color Guard here, and thank you for your leadership and taking my son and turning him into a fine young citizen. And I'd like to offer a round of applause for Team Adams, my wife Tracy, Ashley, and Alex. This is a total team effort. And next Saturday, October 9th, Tracy and I will be married for 21 years. She's been my #1 mentor, and really, she makes me a better person, and thank you for choosing me. The one thing about my family is that they get it. They understand what this is all about. And I'll talk about what this promotion means to me, but for them, they really understand. Because they understand service before self. We've traveled the globe together, and it's always been us. And, you know, it's one thing to watch your children grow, but to understand and be a part of their lives the way that we have. Full contact parenting is what it's been all the time. I love you guys. We wouldn't be here without you. Thank you for everything. This promotion is yours more than it is mine. And thank you.
Well, I'm taking the money.
I know. My parents, my brothers and sister, Dad, thank you for teaching me the value of a hard day's work. And Mom, thank you for everything. You've been my unquestioned support, my first real love of my life, my best friend at times. And later, if you're at the house, my mom will always have a story about Kenny when he was little and how mischievous I might have been at the time. Donna, thank you for everything for the last 18 years. Thank you for being a part of our lives. And my brother Chad. He and I are a lot alike. He just has much better hair. Thanks for what you do.
I actually have hair.
Yeah, I have it. I just choose not to wear it, much like my group commander. We just, you know, it goes in the bowl every morning. So, thank you for the man that you are. I appreciate everything you are, and thank you for being here. It really means a lot to me. The boss asked me, we were traveling, we were at Scott. I've been gone for the last 3 weeks, and it started off with us being at Scott, and she kept asking me this question, what does this promotion mean to you? And I'm like, well, duh, what do you think this means to me? But I really didn't have an answer for it. And she asked me like 4 times, you know, what does this mean to you? And I'm like, why are you asking me this? And she goes, because number one, I'd like an answer, and number two, I might need it for later. And to be honest with you, I never gave her an answer. I talked about the family and the fact that they get this promotion, they understand what it's all about, and I guess that's, to me, is a success. But, you know, there are obvious things. It means there's no more studying, and who freaking raw for that. A little bit of a pay raise, okay, significant pay raise, and I'm not going to lie, I'm going to enjoy the preferred parking at the commissary. It's not really about all of that. It's really, to be honest with you, it's the fact that I can continue to serve. Because all of my adult life, this is the only thing I've ever known. And I love the Air Force. It took a mischievous kid, I like my guidance counselor, probably like to see me now, from Tiffin, Ohio, and gave me a sense of purpose, and let me be a part of something that's much bigger than myself. The last 2 weeks, first week of the last 2 weeks I was at the Chief Leadership course. I called it Charm School, some folks call it Finishing School. And so I took that question to them. I was in a seminar with 14 other chiefs and 4 selects, and we were talking, and then almost to a person, they said the same thing. It says, it's not really about me and this promotion. It's not ever a solo effort, and it's about the opportunities and the people who've impacted our lives and careers in a way that helped lead me here today. And it's always been a team effort. I have 4 significant mentors in my life. My bride, Tracy, who every day, feedback. It's a full marriage, is full contact sport with us. There's a lot of give and take. And when I was a first sergeant, I'd go, yeah, I ripped this kid's ass today. And she goes, yeah, okay. What was the real purpose of that? And I said, well, I don't know. I felt pretty good. She goes, yeah, no, well, what's the real meaning of it? And what's going on here today? And through that type of thing, as great as you think you are, there's always somebody to help bring you back down and keep you humble. And she's done that for me for the last 21 years. Chief Master Sergeant Bo Shaw. You want to talk about somebody who, she took a young staff sergeant with a lot of thrust, and I was very much say no vector, and she rung me in and said, hey, you need to learn how to do it right the first time. You know, all of this go doesn't mean anything if you can't get it right. And so she taught me detail and gave me a sense of purpose, and understood that, you know, it's about taking care of the mission and taking care of your airmen. And I love her to death. Chief Master Sergeant Clarence Moore, CMO, thank you. He recruited me to be a first sergeant when he was my command chief. And the best 5 years of my professional life, I learned much more than I learned so much more than I ever thought I could from being a first sergeant. Thank you for that opportunity, and his bride, Chief Master Sergeant Mercedes Moore, she was my first group chief after becoming a first sergeant. You want to talk about tough love. She rode me like a trick pony. But she taught me that it was important to take care of the mission and the people. And it's always, if you know Mercedes, it's all about taking care of the people. They were always the first to open up the home at Thanksgiving and Christmas, and there was never, you know, you always felt welcome there. For that, thank you. Obviously, they all saw something in me. It took time to develop me into the airman I see today, and thank you, or you see today, thank you. And like while I was at CLC, Charm School the last 2 weeks, there were a lot of senior leaders and PhDs came to talk to us about things to make us a better chief. Lots of good stuff, but here's the Reader's Digest of what I learned over the last 2 weeks. I'm not any better looking because now I'm a Chief Master Sergeant. The other part is I have not arrived. Now is not the time to sit back and relax and just say, hey, look at me, I'm promoted. And all of it doesn't mean anything if I can't accomplish the mission, lead and inspire my airmen, and grow the next chief. It's time to go to work with a sense of purpose, humility, selflessness, respect, and commitment second to none. And to tell you that, I'm all in. To the airmen, my fellow airmen of the 87th Communications Squadron, you will hear this over and over again. Excellence is our standard. Being good at what we do is not good enough. Being great at what we do is our only option. It's what our fellow airmen expect and our nation deserves. Thank you.